to do more and to encouraging our volunteers, our SBCs to do more activities, to innovate in their activities, to bring out more importance to the technology in power and energy sector. So you can keep up the goals of IEEE Power and Energy Society. So as I said, you can visit our website pesyp.ieee.org for more details for this event. Also, you can contact me or any IEEE PSSYP team, R10 team for the more details and help through the event of the month. So this is the basic structure. As I said, I walked through the entire program. So, it's a brief idea. There is not much a complication in the project, but still it's a brief idea. So that's all from my side. Any doubts or clarifications required? I think that's all. Okay, I will stop sharing now.
Thank you for starting the day perfectly. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to present you with this memento, a small reminder of your valid contribution.
Thank you. Thank you.
As we often say, a community is only as strong as its members. In the next session, we will dive into effective ways to attract new members and retain existing ones, ensuring that our chapters remain strong and vibrant. For that, I invite Mr. Cornerd Eric Clark-Smith. Mr. Smith, the stage is all yours. Yes, we can.
Awesome. Yeah, hello, good evening, everyone. This is Conrad Schmidt. Now I'll start sharing my screen so we can kick off this next presentation. Right. Let me know when you can see my screen, please.
Yes.
Okay, so good evening. Hope you guys are doing great. This is Conrad Schmidt, and great pleasure to be here today. I'm part of the membership development committee, where we develop some initiatives and especially support fundings for the chapters. So the idea of this presentation is to cover some of the funding programs and opportunities that we have for you guys to acquire funding and all the requirements you might need to develop an activity and increase the engagement of membership. I think like in 2 sessions, you're gonna have Anand Kumar talking about the MDIs. This is part of our committee. The member-driven initiatives is a large program that we have with PS to provide fundings for the chapters. So I'm gonna leave that part for Anandu, so he can talk more on the MDIs and give a really detailed explanation of how the process works, the benefits. But from my side, I want to cover more on the membership development and how you can obtain some of the opportunities you might want to have on your chapter to actually develop and increase your membership, but especially to maintain your members. So to start with, gladly we have like a virtual session. So I have the first question for you all. I know it's late in the evening for you, but what's to develop membership? And feel free to drop some ideas in the chat. I'll be checking here as well. But let me know your thoughts on your members. You might have a large student brain chapter, maybe a small one. So what is to develop the membership for those members? Do you have any thoughts on that? Most of the people, they usually think about grow, retain, and elevate members. And that's correct, definitely. When we are looking to develop our membership in the chapter level, we are looking to grow, to get new members, new and fresh members. We also want to retain, so keep the members that we currently have, but at the same time, we want to elevate them. So we want to make sure that your student members, they become professional members, and later the professional members become senior members, life members, fellow members, so and so on. Because that's the path we have inside IEEE, and we hope that everyone take advantage of every stage. So that's definitely a point to develop membership. But before grow, retain, and elevate, what we want to do is to fulfill members' career needs. So there is a reason why people join IEEE and PES, and especially usually related to the career needs that they have from the professional or personal career that they are looking for. So we need to fulfill their needs. So they are looking for something, and we need to try to provide that in the best way as possible. And our society is able to fulfill all those needs in different ways. It's just about to see and learn how to reach those materials. So there is a need to be fulfilled before we can actually grow, retain, and elevate our members. And before that, even we need to provide value to our members. So that's the first thing about membership development, is to definitely provide back to our members the value that they trust on us. So again, when they join IEEE and PS, they were looking for something specifically, or sometimes they didn't even know what they were looking for, but they were just curious to see what was this society about. So we need, as a member, active volunteers, we need to help these members to find the information, to find the resources around, so they can actually see the value on the membership that they paid to join PES. And hopefully we fulfill their needs, so we can actually grow, retain, and elevate our members in the future. So these are the three main bullet points that I see for membership development. I know that each chapter is a little bit different, but overall, I think we end up by bringing value to our members. So what we do for the membership development committee is we provide some funding opportunities for, especially for chapters, but in general for any PS member that's an active volunteer. And one of the first ones that we host is a conference support. This conference support program is, as the name says, we are supporting different conferences around the world. And as you might know, PS has its own conferences like TND, ISGT, GM, and then GRID as well. So these conferences, they are part of PS VP of conferences, right? We are not talking about this conference, but we are talking about conferences that are usually organized by other IEEE related societies or affinity groups. And they don't need to be a global level, but sometimes they are usually a chapter level, maybe a section level, and they are in different parts of the world. So these conferences, as PS is not directly related to them, what we want to do is to actually support and having PS there as a sponsor of that conference. And that's what we do here. We analyze these opportunities to have PS as a sponsor of that conference. So what we usually look is for regional, sectional, chapter level conferences and IEEE related. So we can go beyond, right? We can go like to a different public. We can go to people that's related to other societies, but they might have affinity with PS. And we want to be there to make sure that we share what PS has as a benefit and for their professional career life. We hope them to be a sponsor, so we are looking to provide financial support and be official sponsor of that conference, so we can do promotion, we can grow our membership, retain, and then provide impact for people that's member, but also non-members. And then we provide like technical and volunteering guided sessions, keynote speakers, and also panels. But the key things that I'm gonna bring here is that these conferences, they happen around the world. So they are not always in the same place, but they are in different places. And we have been supporting different conferences per region. So how can we do that, right? Like how can we have PS a sponsor of a conference if it's hard for everyone, like from the committee, for example, to travel to that conference? Something we have implemented this year with a great support from IEEE is to have active volunteers from that location attending the conference as a PS representative. And it has been working super nice. I brought here like some examples. Early in the year, we supported the Southeast Conference in the US. And we are not able to travel, even though it was like close for me. So we got in touch with the local student brand chapter and we asked for the most active volunteer they had. And they suggested Said on the left picture on the screen. And Said was willing and ready to attend the conference. So we organized everything. We covered his expenses. And Said attended the event by representing PES. So that was a really nice opportunity. He got to meet Jessica Bien as well. Super nice. Then later, Abdul Ahmed, he lives in the UK, and we provide a support for the Region 8 Student Young Professionals Conference. And again, like no one was able to travel, but Abdul Ahmed was pretty much close to the conference, and he was willing and he was available to travel and represent PS on that event. So again, we organized everything, plan ahead, and we covered all the expenses for Abdul Ahmed to go to the conference, all the registration, travel, everything, so he could represent PES on that event. So we are matching all the opportunities here. We provide the funding, and then we look for those great volunteers around the conference so they can represent us there. Then we had Said in one of the last supports we did for Region 10 Student Young Professionals Conference. And again, he was a willing volunteer, really well known from Region 10, and he was ready to travel and represent PS on that conference. So that's something we are doing around the world. We are pretty much done this year, but next year is going to continue. And keep in mind that there is like this opportunity for you to attend a conference on the behalf of PS. And this is what I want to keep in mind for this specific funding opportunity, is that as soon as you hear about an IEEE event on your chapter or like on your university, maybe your city or your region, send us an email or like share some more information with us if you think that's something relevant, and maybe it might be beneficial for you to get some new members. Maybe it might be beneficial for you to promote the activities you have been doing on your chapter. So share with us as soon as you have some information about these IEEE conferences, because we can analyze from our side and we can become a sponsor of that event, like officially a PS sponsor of that event. And then we can look for active volunteers as you or some other colleagues on your student brand chapter to go to that conference, and we can cover all the expenses. So you can represent us there and make sure you have all that networking, all the amazing connections that every conference has. And then be aware about these invitations, right? Sometimes you might not know about a conference that's happening on your area, but you might receive an invitation, usually from the regional representative, to attend this conference on the behalf of PS. So it's usually how we are doing. So reach out to the regional representative, and then we look for active volunteers that are close there and could be representing us. So that's an amazing opportunity we're able to develop this year, and we are looking forward to continue next year as well. Another funding opportunity that you want to be aware is about the special projects. This one is pretty cool. This one is, as the name says, a really special project. So they are not only trainings, they are not only events that you can do or like sessions that you can do in your chapter, but they are really special projects. And by special projects, I mean that they are really unique and they have a mid to long-term initiative. So it's usually like from a number of weeks to a number of months that you are developing this entire unique initiative. And then you try to do not only on your student brand chapter level, but you also try to do on a region or a section level. So you want to step up a little bit to reach some different chapters and interact with them, right? And then the type of special projects, they usually cover training and competitions. That's what we have seen as more engaging approach for special projects. So that's usually not only a session, but you are trying to develop a training or a competition over time. And then you try to match like some company or technology there. So you try to invite someone, like external entity, company that might be willing to give a training, might be willing to provide some materials for this training and competition. And one example we have is the Idea Town. This one we did in 2022, then 2023. And that's really a special project because it took around like 5 months. And we organized that as part of a hands-on training and competition that was a partnership with MathWorks. So you see all those factors together, right? So a long-term training competition, and then we had the support of MathWorks, external entity. And then we had like all these teams from US and Canada participating on the training. We have also heard about some of the events in Sri Lanka where they do a similar idea, a similar special project, but for PMUs. So they provide training competition on PMU design, which is really awesome. And my idea to bring this here is to encourage you all to have this kind of competitions, not only events on your student brain chapter level, but maybe you can partner with different student brain chapters and create this middle to long-term competition, because then we can keep engaged those volunteers and those members over time. And over time, it's easier for us to provide more value for them. You don't need to overload them with so many sessions. You just keep going slow, maybe a session every 2 weeks, and then they need to have like to do some stuff on their from home, for example, like some homeworks for the competition, some design from the training. It's kind of things we have seen that's helpful to maintain our members, and they keep engaged over time. And for this type of program, PS can be a supporter for your student brain chapter and all your other colleagues. We can provide the fundings you might require for this opportunity. It's just a matter like to design what you look as a special project. There's a really hot topic in your area maybe that you're looking for to develop, and that could be something nice to make as a special project. One of the last items I'd like to share here is the Global Industry Workshop. That's another initiative we have with PS for a long time, and then during COVID, it kind of like slowed down, and we have seen that from the last 2 years, we start to grow more and more. But I'd like to highlight here because the Global Industry Workshop is something really interesting, especially for professional chapters. But we also have seen some student brain chapters performing this kind of activity. And as the name says, they are technical workshops to bring PS and industry together. So we try to mix this knowledge, right? PS is a common point of knowledge for many companies, many industries. So we are mixing in a chapter. Usually we mix different knowledge together. And when we bring the specific company, then we can actually have more interaction, which is pretty nice to see. So it's usually a partnership between chapters and local utilities, local industry. And the main idea here is to promote PES for that industry. So when people that's not member go to a global industry workshop, they see the value that PS has because they are organizing, they are putting together all these different companies and different industries to probably discuss like some of the key challenges they are having, maybe brainstorm on some new ideas. And that's our goal, especially in the professional chapter, is to provide these connections. But again, we have been seeing that on a student brain chapter level where they invite different utilities or different companies to go to a session, interact with the students, maybe enabling some internships, maybe enabling some entry job levels, so they can actually create more connections on that level, right? So Global Industry Workshops is usually organized by the chapter or in a partnership of chapters. We can provide support for them for sure, but usually it's self-sustained. And what we have been doing is more to provide that guidance and provide the experience that one of our members has with organizing these events by mixing all the industry and our volunteering. Yeah, these are like some examples they had to us some years ago, but they did one in Canada, like more than 100 people. And later, like after this one, they actually planned and developed the second one, which was pretty nice to see. And with that, I'm gonna stop here. The next part of the membership development committee would be the member-driven initiative, which is one of our main programs to provide funding. But that one is quite extensive, and the best person to definitely talk about that is Anandu Kumar, which is gonna be presenting. I think like in 2 sessions, he's gonna be presenting detail about the membership-driven initiatives. But before I leave here, I just wanna thank you all for having me. And again, the idea is just to show you the different programs and opportunities for funding that we have. So as soon as you finish the session, you have that in the back of your mind. And in the future, as soon as you need or hear about the opportunity, you can remember that. And always, that's our email. You can send an email to us, share any opportunity, share any request, and we will do our best to support you and your volunteers on your chapter. So thank you for having me. And I hope you guys have a great end of your training.
Thank you so much, Mr. Smith, for this inspiring and energizing session. We would like to recognize your contribution by presenting you with this memento as a symbol of our appreciation for your time and dedication.
Oh, thank you very much. Really appreciate to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. As the saying goes, empowered women empower the world. For the next session, we have Ms. Harivardhagini Subhatra, Women in Power Representative for Argentina. In this session, Ms. Subhatra will lead us through a conversation on empowering women in the power and energy sector, highlighting the challenges women face and the opportunities that can help break these barriers. Ms. Subhatra, please take over.
Hello, everybody. Hope I'm audible.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. So congratulations to the whole team for successfully conducting the virtual training program. It is indeed a pleasure to be a part of this. So I'd just like to share my screen, and please let me know if my screen is visible.
Sure. The pleasure mine is ours to have you with us. Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. So thanks for this opportunity again. And here I present my talk on, sorry, I think I shared the wrong screen. 1 minute. So just let me know if my screen is visible again. 1 moment. Yeah, is it visible?
Not yet.
No?
No, yet. Now it is.
See it actually. Yeah, is it? Yeah. And I hope it's in the PowerPoint mode.
Yes.
Yeah. So thanks for the opportunity again. So the topic that I am going to give a talk about is breaking barriers, empowering women in power and energy. And I am happy to be a part of IEEE PES Society and ExCom member of the Women in Power subcommittee. So just a basic introduction about the IEEE PES Women in Power, because we are here to talk about the importance of women in the power sector. So the Women in Power offers a more diverse leadership, and it supports a career advancement, networking, and education of women in the energy industry. So it doesn't only increase, but it also helps to promote the women into different leadership positions. So the PES Women in Power serves ambitious professional women in power and energy industry who are looking for leadership positions and the career advancement. So the women out there, the girls out there, you can definitely definitely take a good membership, mentorship. And also you can look into our website now and then, where we keep updating upon the different job opportunities, the different connections, the different mentoring possibilities, etc. And one important thing, it is not only for women, though we help women prioritarily, but it is a combined work of both men and women. So the mission and goals is to advance the world through creativity and innovation of diverse leadership, and to foster the thinking, the careers, connections, and the talent of women, to develop early to mid-career candidates for leadership positions, and to have a proper support among institutions to provide opportunities for good leadership positions. Apart from this, we also have good networking opportunities, and we provide inspiration and education through mentors, role models, and success stories. And to specify over here, I would like to mention that the IEEE PES WIP, that is Women in Power, organizes every month one mentorship or one success story program, which we often keep updating in our LinkedIn page. So if you are from any region, you can look into your particular session when it comes. We have recently completed the R10 E zone and R10 West zone. So we'll be coming to the other regions within the next few weeks. Talking about the PES Women in Power. So basically, we believe that there are three pillars which is used for this particular WIP. One is the community, other one is we concentrate on the education, and third one is on the leadership. So the community, in community, we believe that networking and mentorship forms the basic important part, because the participants learn to develop and make use of the opportunity through networking, and we find several mentors. I myself have found 2 mentors because of the networking opportunity. The Women in Power assists in matching mentors with the mentees to provide ongoing personal coaching and advice. So both the WIP, the educational focus in the career development with an emphasis on leadership skills, we include the negotiating and the team building process. So this professional development will be offered through webinars, local events, and panel discussion at major conferences. So if your section or if your region is interested in conducting any event in collaboration or along with WIP, then don't hesitate to contact me or contact anybody from the main ExCom team of WIP. We will be always there to assist and support you. The Women in Power provides leadership guidance and opportunities that adjust to a candidate's level of experience in the industry. The leadership models developed by a variety of corporations can be shared and brought in different organizations. So now I would like to tell, like, what is the historical influence of the several noted women achievers who have been doing in the power engineering society or power engineering area as such. Women have made significant contribution to power engineering since the early of 20th century. And we have here Edith Clare, the photo. This is the first woman to earn an electrical engineering degree from MIT. And we do have an award in her name to honor the effective and efficient work of women who have done tremendous contribution in the field of electrical engineering. You can refer our website to know more about the award. Talking about just a minute. Yeah. So talking about the next one, this is the ratio of the growth of women in electrical engineering. And you can see that there is a good rise from 2013 to 2022. But I won't say it is a significant rise, but there is a good rise because after the, I mean, generally electrical is termed as a tough field where women might not be able to get an opportunity to work on field opportunities. But believe me, there are more equally talented women field workers as compared to men. And the only problem that the women engineers face, electrical engineers face, is retention, because the retention rate is relatively high because the women at their mid age, they are tend to leave their career more often because of several personal, societal, and other issues. So talking about the achievements, so as I was earlier saying, we'll be seeing about few women achievers. We have seen about Edith Clark. Now we will see about the women in different sectors. So we have the renewable energy development. So I would like to talk about Catherine Hamilton. So she's a prominent advocate of clean energy, who has found about 38 North solutions. And this is a consulting firm focused on clean energy policy. So I have also given the LinkedIn profile page where you can follow her and get good knowledge about how she is working for a clean energy. And we all know that United Nations is very much taking a prime role in framing the SDGs, of which we know that clean and affordable energy is one of them. And to get the SDG, to achieve the SDG, such entrepreneurs or such people give a good contribution. Talking about Rachel Kite, she's the CEO of Sustainable Energy for All, which is called C for All. And she's a special representative for the UN Secretary General for Sustainable Energy. So as we see, we talk about the green energy, we talk about the sustainable energy, we talk about clean energy. So all these in turn work towards the sustainable energy goal, development goals. And somewhere they try to reduce the carbon footprints and try to create a very important mark in the in the area of clean and affordable energy. Talking about smart grid technology. So apart from the renewable sector, the next evolving technology is the smart grid technology. We have Dr. Wanda Redder, who is the Chief Strategy Officer at SNC Electric Company and the former president of IEEE PES. She has contributed significantly to the smart grid. If you just open IEEE conferences or IEEE papers, you will find that there is a very, very high number of research articles that is coming towards smart grid, which is a very, very fast evolving technology. So the students out there, the girls out there, specifically, you do have a wonderful future in smart grid and renewable, of course. Talking about energy storage solutions, I myself am working in this domain. It is a challenge. Daily, it's a challenge. Like, especially when you try to construct a prototype or when you try to construct a model, you will find that energy storage solution is not an easy process. There are several factors that associate with it, and to get a proper high 100% effective energy storage solution is very difficult. But it is interesting at the same time too. So I would like to talk about first a male who is Dr. Emmer Gaik and his team. Why specifically I've included him is his main passion and his main mission, I would say, is to include several female scientists, to give opportunities to several female scientists to work in the area of energy storage solution in his Department of Energy. He encourages the women scientists and he promotes them in the area of this energy storage. Apart from that, we have Annette, who is the CEO of NRSTER, and she's been leader in the energy storage solution, particularly in Canada. So I've been giving you several examples of the entrepreneurs who are available who are present at different parts of the globe. Recently, I had interaction with one Indian CEO who's also called as the Battery Valley of India. And she is called Rupali Jain, and she is the CEO of a company where she manufactures lithium batteries, and she is among the top 10 women entrepreneurs in the renewable energy field. And apart from this, another important area where women can look out or women can work and achieve very easily is the policy and advocacy. So we all know that policy and advocacy is a very important area where we need to have good idea about the policies and the different advocates rules, because that in turn helps a CEO or helps an entrepreneur in developing a industry or an entrepreneurial journey of their own. So we have Lisa Jackson, who's a former administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency and the current VP of the Environment Policy and Social Initiative at Apple. So she's a strong advocate for the environmental and energy policies, because they need to look into the several factors like the carbon footprints. Then we will have about how much is the contribution they are giving to the environment, how much is the input, how much is the output, and how effectively are they able to contribute to the environment as such. We also have Mary Barra, who's the CEO of General Motors. So she's been an influential person in the company's pivot towards electric vehicles, which is crucial for reducing carbon emissions. So this V-Power, this is not the Women in Power. V-Power is different from Women in Power. Please make a note. This is another wonderful opportunity. I am a part of this V-Power too. Women in Power is a category, a I would say a subgroup of IEEE PES, whereas Women in Power, whereas V-Power is a South Asia Women in Power Sector Professional Network, and this is funded by the World Bank. So if you're really interested, if you have an entrepreneurial idea, if you want to go ahead with some entrepreneurial journey of your own, then please look into our website of V-Power, where the World Bank is ready to support the women entrepreneurs who are ready to do some change, who are ready to set up a startup with some change to the environment. So if you see, the energy access and infrastructure development are the critical elements of this V-Power, and this V-Power was constituted because of a lack of gender diversity. And when I say gender diversity, it doesn't mean only the male to female ratio. It means the difference between male to female ratio at different levels, right? From technical, management, at different levels, there should be a good gender diversity. To ensure that this is incorporated and to ensure that this is maintained, V-Power was constituted. And as I said, this is funded by the World Bank. So the next one that we have is the what are the two basic things that the three basic things I would say that V-Power constitute. The first two ones are the basic ones, and the last one is it doesn't happen regularly, but it happens more often. So the V-Power promotes STEM education for girls, especially in the South Asian countries where the contribution of women is less. When I say less, it is only about the power sector that I'm talking about. So they try to spread the awareness and the importance of STEM education, that is science, technology, engineering, and management. And we have, it also ensures that the recruitment is done at a proper gender ratio. So what this V-Power does is it partners with several companies and promotes on-site training for women engineering students. So if you have a chance, apart from looking into the IEEE Women in Power, also have a look at this V-Power website, where we organize several workshops. And apart from that, if you want to collaborate with us in getting the STEM education to girls, especially of the rural area, please do write in to us and we'll be happy to collaborate with you. So apart from this, what are the other organizations that supports the Women in Power, as such, that is the Women in Power Energy sector? So the first one is the YPSN, which is the Women in Power Sector Network. So this is a network where they look into the importance of mentorship and networking, and also they advocate the rights that needs to be followed. So this is an organization purely for promoting the participation of women. We also have Association of Women in Engineering. This is a non-profit organization, and it focuses on the role and recognition of women, especially advancing them in energy industry, which includes the power sector. The next one is International Network on Gender and Sustainable Energy. So this is called Energia, and this works to empower women economically through sustainable energy access. They support women participation in the energy sector, including power. And when this is said, I also would like to bring to your notice that every year, Women in Engineering, the IEEE Women in Engineering conducts a big idea pitch competition. And this big idea pitch competition was just conducted this year also. I mean, the results will be out this month. But why I'm saying that is they also ensure and talk about the importance of sustainability and renewable energy. The theme every year is to how to contribute to to submit the ideas that contribute to sustainability and renewable energy, the ideas that promotes this. So so you can see the opportunities that are available. It is not as limited as it was earlier. And the other important things is women in renewable energy, that is called WIRES. And we also have, this is WIRE, we also have WIRES. So WIRES is for Reliability Society, whereas WIRE is for renewable energy. So this particular one is specifically given for the advancement of women in the renewable energy sector. We have GWNet, which also looks out for the women as agents of change. So you can become an ambassador and act as an agent of change where in the field of energy transition. For the participants of Africa specifically, there is a BAP which concentrates only for the WIE, only for the African continent, like how we had B Power for the South Asian South Asian part. Like this, we have Power Africa's Women in Power in African Power only for the African continent, where there's excellent mentorship, training, and networking. So before I conclude, I would like to say a few points. The first one is that join the PES right now. It is free and it is open for anybody. If you are an IEEE PES member, then WIP comes free. So this is, as I said, not only for the women, it is for the men and for the women. And the men here are called to offer support. And you do have opportunities to look out for in the power and energy sector. So what are the benefits that you get from this? You have assistance in finding a mentor and a mentee. Suppose you are a graduate student or you are a pre-university student who's about to graduate, you will definitely get good contacts of mentors where you can get good opportunity to do your master's, or if you are already a master's student, to do a doc or a doctorate, or if you are a doctorate already, to do a postdoc. So you get good opportunities by finding a mentor who will be ready to guide you. If you are really interested, Aisha, I'll come back to the questions. You will find a mentor, and you will be easily able to get a good sponsorship also if your idea or if your publications are very good. So this one particular thing, I feel that everyone who's undergraduate, postgraduate, or even a doctorate should make effective use of. You get access to free webinars, you get access to special panel discussions at PES conferences, and I take this opportunity to invite you all to the ISGT conference, which is happening in November at Bangalore. So we do have a WIP session over there. The WIP summit is also happening over there. So you are welcome to participate in that. Look out for the ISGT Asia conference website. You will find that you have a WIP summit happening. So you're all welcome to attend it. So you get a lot of networking opportunity. You get to organize a lot of regional events, and you do have an access to several educational resources. As I said, it's free for all the members of IEEE PES. And before I conclude, this is our team who represent the IEEE PES Women in Power. So it is, as I said, I'm the events coordinator, and I represent the Region 10. We have our chair, Ellie, who is the chair of the WIP. And you can feel free to contact anyone and who's over there. Just log into IEEE PES Women in Power. You'll find all our mail IDs over there, and I've shared my mail ID over here. I'll also share my LinkedIn profile. Feel free to connect, especially when you want to have some connections or some networking, or to identify some good mentors, or to definitely participate in some of our activities in the Women in Power. And like how we had the emerging technologies see a rise, now I believe that it's an era of power energy that is going to have a very good leap, and the Women in Power have a good chance to show our talent and our interest in the area of power sector. So with this, I would like to conclude. I'm happy to take the questions. You can make a note of my mail ID. I'll also share it in this chat box. So shall I go ahead with the questions?
Thank you, Mr. Patra. Yes, we have some questions to you in the chat box.
Yeah,
one of them is, okay.
Yeah, so the first question is how to be a member or an ambassador of specifically WIRE. You need to write to the chair of the WIRE team. You can look into the website. I'm not a part of WIRE, but I can let you know how to, who's the chair and how to be a part of it. So definitely you can be a part, because they are looking for good members who are ready to volunteer and ready to offer their time and effort in turn. So the next question is, how can we enroll in WIP? Yeah, so WIP, actually you can go into the IEEE membership portal, and you will have a WIP option over there, which is free. So just like how you take WIE, you can take WIP for free. So are there any more questions? I don't, yeah, there's one more, I think, from RGM set. You can, there is nothing to open a WIPE in a student branch, but what I would suggest you is, if you have an IEEE PES, appoint a WIP coordinator. So they will coordinate with us. We don't have anything called as a particular, in a student branch, we won't have a committee of WIP. Instead, I believe in India, we have Kerala section, which has already a WIP coordinator. So you can definitely have a WIP coordinator who will be in turn a part of your IEEE PES ESB. So if you have PES, then please do identify a good volunteer and ask them to write to me. I have just posted my email ID. I'll be ready to include them in all the events that we are conducting. I can even include them in the forthcoming Women in Power Summit that is happening in Bangalore in the month of November. Did I miss any questions? I think that's it. Am I right?
Thank you, Mr. Roger, for this empowering session. Let us all join the spirit of inclusion and progress, ensuring that our leadership reflects the diversity of our community. We are truly grateful, Mr. Badr, for the value you've added today. To commemorate your impact, we would like to present you with this small token of appreciation. Thank you again for everything.
Thank you. This one is really lovely.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate the whole team for conducting this so successfully and with proper time allocation, and the whole thing is perfectly organized. I congratulate the entire team behind it.
Thank you so much. We still have so many exciting. Let's have a small break before we start the next session with Mr. Anand. Hi again. Hope nice short break. Next, I'd like to call upon Mr. Anando Kumar to provide an overview of the various student chapters and member-driven initiatives. This session is key to understand how we can effectively implement programs that drive member engagement and foster a sense of community. Let's explore the role of initiatives that not only educate but also inspire. Mr. Anando, the stage is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are, sir.
Thank you. So I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
Thank you for confirming. So hi, myself Anantu S. Kumar. I am the chair of IEEE PS member-driven initiatives and the membership development committee. So I hope you guys met our chair, Mr. Conrad Schmidt. So he's the chair of membership development committee. So we are working together in the member-driven initiative. So I don't know how many of you guys have heard about member-driven initiatives. So this is a program from PES for supporting its members for various activities, mainly through funding. So, what is a member-driven initiative? So, it is an event that we are focused on students and professionals' engagement. Benefits for female members, or it's a new idea to elevate from student member to graduate student member, or engagement with industry for attract more members. That event, which is unique, which attract members to the community, which attract the elevation of members and so on. So the member driven initiative can be any event that is unique and which is help to improve or sustain the PS membership in our world. So the it can be technical or non-technical tour competitions. Anyway, all this should have a real benefit on PS. So we are following this event, this initiative from couple of past a decade, most probably. But during the COVID time, we are suspended this initiative, and we are started from 2 years ago. And these are some of the past event examples. So this is the application of RAS project publication in school in the Brazil, and this is one of the initiative in the Kerala section in India. And there's another initiative in Kerala section. So we are funded around $2,000. So how to apply for member-driven initiative? So actually, member-driven initiatives mainly take part in two cycles basically. So this year's cycle 1 and cycle 2 is unfortunately closed, and the 2025 member initiative cycle 1 will open in the Jan end or February starting of 2025. So where you can find out the member driven initiatives application, which is in the URL here in the website, or just Google it, IEEE PES member driven initiative. You will come into this website, and you have a couple of questions about event and all those things. So some of them I will go through. What are the things that you have to fill and submit. And so mainly your project name, who is your leaders, what is the email ID, what is the membership number. So I'm getting lot of requests from region 10, but most of them are non-PS members. So only the PS member is eligible to apply for this initiative. So the non-PS members who are applying this program, we will deny the request immediately. And you have to the main criteria that we have is funding is only we are transferring to your local IEEE section. For example, in region 10 we will only give the funding to your local sections. In Australia, let it be Queensland section. So you are applying from a university in Queensland, but the funding will be given to the Queensland section. The organizer should go to the Queensland section treasurer and collect it from your local section account. From India, it is also sending to your local section through IEEE Bangalore office in India. And this is also applicable to other sections as well across region 10. So the main important thing is when you're applying for MDI next year onwards, you have to include the codes and invoices which need to be if you're not submitting the additional codes and invoices for your application, we won't consider that it for funding, and you will get a new financial request form from 2025 onwards. So you have to fill it, you have to submit the necessary codes to process your request. So how your the proposals has been selected. When we are receiving your proposal, we will have a pre-selection round where we will check your it's a sensible timeline is that submitted by a PS member, is represented by a PS student branch chapter or professional chapter. We will accept only one application from single year, from a PS student branch chapter or from a PS professional chapter. And after that, if you guys are completed all these things, your application will go to 3 internal or external committee members. So these members are from PS volunteers, who is a graduate student member or above grade and have a minimum of 5 years of PS membership and can be in part of the committee, maybe IEEE Day committee or IEEE PS SYP committee or PS hack committee and so on. So based on the the review from the committee members, your proposal can be accepted, can be rejected, can be the revised required. So we will get back to you with the update. So I'm just going through some of the 2024 cycle 1. So these are the cycle 1 update. These are the a number of proposals that we are got from the MDI cycle 1. I'm not discussing MDI cycle 2 because it is not open to region 10, because in the first cycle itself all the fund for region 10 has been exhausted. So we are unable to move towards cycle 2 for the region 10. So we got the highest number as always from region 10. It is around 66 applications, and most of them, more than 45 applications were from India, followed by Pakistan, Sri Lanka and other sections. So coming to India, we got a lot of applications, and it's more than 50% are from Kerala section alone. We know there is a lot of around 50 PS student branch chapters from that section, so that may be the reason. And rejection, we have rejected a lot of proposals, as I discussed earlier, due to non-PS member submission, multiple application from single OU, as I discussed earlier, we can only provide funding to a single OU in a calendar year. So even it is a PS student branch chapter or PS professional chapter, we can only approve only one project in a year. So we are getting multiple application from representing a single student branch chapter or single professional chapter. So that is another reason for rejection. Wrong email ID, do not submit the revision by the deadline, and so on are the other major things. So how to prepare a good proposal, good MDI proposal? So when we are opening for 2025 cycle 1, we will urge you to go through this details so your application will be successful. First one is time. Submit early as possible to increase your chance to get approved, because I'm in the last day, I'm getting a lot of applications from region 10. Like, half of the applications most probably will be getting on the deadline, the time that form close. And this may make some issues with our smart sheet system. So I would like to request you to submit early as possible, and sensible event timeline is also very important. And second thing is, please ensure that is error free. You have to ensure your email ID is correct. It won't bounce back. Your membership number are correct. Your OU name is correct, or preferably with the geocode. That will be great. We can track your OU. And the third one is budget. So you have to prepare a very good budget in an Excel sheet. So the sheet will be available, the budget template will be available from 2025 onwards. So there will be a certain template we will provide you, and the collect local vendor code to support your budget. So when you are preparing your application, please mention your team members, their email IDs and their role. So we are won't able to contact you. We can contact your team members that is mentioned in the um, application. And the communication, when we are sending an email, please communicate as soon as possible. Don't communicate like 3 or 4 weeks later, so that will miss your opportunity. Another application will get approved, and we will go ahead with funding those applications. So sensible project stage, for example, I'm getting some applications like if they are submitting the application after 1 week the event is planned. No, it won't make any sense. So please give us a sensible project stage examples. Like, we are starting the event, this website from jan, and we are finalizing the venue and all those things in Feb. The event will be in March. Event registration start in Feb, and the event, the final call for proposal or something like that in March 13th, and the event will happen on March last or April first week, and so on. So we will understand this event is well planned, the project stage is very sensible, and we can fund this project. So coming to the event goals, you have to submit why we have to provide the funding. In region 10 it is very competitive, so we will select those projects which are benefit PES, because we are getting most number of members, especially from student members from region 10. So we are approving only those projects that makes really sense to us. So otherwise, because we are getting 66 or 70 applications, we have maybe $20,000 or $25,000. So we have to be keen towards which project that have to be approved. So please make sense that you are even have a good goals like membership goals, PS outreach, for example. PS this event can improve the membership, can improve the membership from industry or from the academia, or we can convert student members to members, or student members to graduate student members, or members to senior members, and so on. So these are some of the membership goals that you can include in your application that will enable us to, wow, this is a very good event, we have to fund it. Like also the PS outreach, the how to we can outreach to local community, like PS to the women community or under represented community, or we can help in the site or hack related PS project with which have a real, application of power energy society. So STEM goals, STEM related project. And so even budget, as I discussed earlier, you have to prepare a very good budget. In you have to be go through the MDI conditions on the financing, because we won't finance logistic or travel accommodation expenses in MDI, your personal pay including work for compensation. If you are going for an project, you're calling a guy in labor, no, we won't fund that. you know Speaker honorarium, even speaker gift, we won't fund that. Okay, the personal pay, winners gift, prize money, we won't fund that. The reusable components, I'm not talking about sensors or something like that. I'm talking about those things which have cost more than $100 and which can reuse again and again. So those components we won't fund that. So you have to all these things in your mind. So we can, for example, then the obvious question, what you guys will fund? So we will fund your food, the rental, if your event is organizing, so we can fund the rent, we can fund the food, and so on. The one time usable components, if you're having a hackathon or something like that, and all those things we will fund it. So code, so some of the examples are given here. You can see code submitted in the MDI cycle 1 from our Sri Lanka section. So you can see that some of the how you can have a code from your local vendor. So what are the things, number of units, what is the cost in your local currency, what is the cost in US dollars. Even your local currency is fine, you can attach a we have an Excel sheet. In that Excel sheet you can mention the, because definitely your local vendors don't have no quote in US dollars in your local currency. So you can have in your local currency, and we will convert it into US dollars. And also you have to convert into US dollars in the Excel sheet, which will be available from 2025 onwards. So as I in a nutshell, your project need to be very clear and crisp to the point. Please avoid lengthy paragraphs. Such proposals need to more time to evaluate. So please do not have to wear a lengthy paragraphs. Just crisp and clear with sentences which can be very easy to understand. Mention your OU correctly with the geocode. Please avoid multiple application, as we can consider only one application from a single geographical unit. So do not submit multiple application, which will definitely delay the evaluation in your student branch or professional chapters application. Supportation document is very important. Please submit necessary vendor document. So applications should have go through the MDR restrictions before submitting the application. So this is about the member-driven initiatives. I hope the membership development, all those things are covered from contract side. So I would be open to questions.
Thank you, Mr. Anand, for this captivating session. Please, anyone, if you have any questions, please write it in the chat box, or you can open your mic and ask any question.
So I would like to add one more point. I'm actually forget it. So when I see the Ramakrishna sir's comment, I'm just remembering that as we are getting lot of application from Region 10, from next year onwards, you have to obtain a special, recommendation from your local section. For the student branch chapters, you have to go to your local section. You have to obtain a special approval from your local section. The
Local
professional
chapter.
chapters have to go. Yes, sir.
Anand, it is local chapter, professional chapter, not local section.
Yes.
Yeah.
Local PS professional chapter, sir.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
they don't have PS professional chapters, so some of the sections don't have. They have to contact their sub-regional representative or regional representative of PS. The professional chapters, for example, PS professional chapter in Queensland section or PS professional chapter in Bangalore, so they have to contact their sub-regional representative or regional representative, and they have to obtain, letter of recommendation, so that we will consider their request, because we are getting a lot of requests from region 10, so we have to reduce the numbers because our the judges numbers are very limited. So yeah, that will be included in the region 10 application from next year onwards.
Thank you again, Mr. Anando. As a gesture of our thanks for your engaging session, we are delighted to present you this memento, celebrating your contributions and efforts. Thank you again for everything.
Thank you, team. Thank you, Region 10 students and young professionals, especially, Sai and all those team members, also Siddhi, Quasi, and obviously Anand. So great initiative. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We all know from disaster relief to sustainability projects, IEEE PES play a critical role in addressing global challenges. And this session, we will show you guys how. But have you wondered how we can be part of this effort? Well, let's learn how. For that, I invite Mr. Hussein Mahdi to guide us through IEEE PES humanitarian activities, showing how we can contribute to global initiatives that make a real impact. The floor is yours.
Thank you a lot for your invitation. It is really an honor to join all active and amazing volunteers from Region 10 because, like, I think everyone know I was belong for Region 10 from 2010 until 2021 in Malaysia section. Really, I feel it is my, it is a real home as IEEE, and I feel, so humble to see Prof. from Krishna here. He is my, really mentor, and I learn a lot from him, from student member, after that younger professional until the professional member. Thank you a lot for the invitation.
Thank you. We are glad to have you with us today.
Thank you very much. Can I share my presentation slide?
Yes, sure.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay. It is really a good initiative that engage all student and young professional society, and this kind of activity and event for awareness, advanced awareness for all our activity in Power Energy Society. I talk about IEEE Power Energy Society as a vice chair. My name is Dr. Hussein Mahdi, College of Engineering, University of Diyala. I am now teaching in College of Engineering. At the same time, I am the Diyala Governor Advisor for Humanitarian Project from 2019 until now. Region 10 Humanitarian Technology Activity Committee from 2016 until 2020. PS Hack Vice Chair 2024. I was involving with Power Energy Society Humanitarian Activity Committee from 2020. Also, I am IEEE Award Board Presentation and Publicity Committee 2024. You can see here, this is the advisor of my state. This is the Deputy Prime Minister and me. discussing about several humanitarian projects, and I will talk about one of them in the end of my presentation. How I gain, more of knowledge, leadership skills, improving my professional skills to manage and to be, to manage to be in this good position and bring a lot of benefit to my state and to my country. IEEE Advancing Technology for Humanity. This is the main mission for us. How we use technology for the benefit of humanity, and everyone knows the IEEE is the world's largest professional association for advancement of technology, and since 884. Here we can see we have more than 420,000 members around the globe in 160 countries. We have, this is the real good thing. We have 135,000 student members, and all of us believe this is the power of IEEE, the new generation. Therefore, we're focusing about student member and young professional member to carry on this responsibility and keep engaging IEEE with local community. We have more than 1,980 annual conference. That is a really good opportunity for extend your professional network, meet a lot of expert people in your field. And in technical field, we have 4.5 million technical documents. You can use it in our IEEE Explorer. We have 200 top cited journal, more than 1,300 active standard, 39 technical society, and Foreign Society is one of this technical society and one of the largest technical society. And also we have public policy engagement. We have responsibility for the climate change, global humanitarian effort, education and certification, and also we're focusing in the last 5 years in ethics and technology. Here you can see IEEE Foreign Society. You have 42,000 members globally. We have 26, more than 26, 260 chapter worldwide. We have several committees in IEEE Foreign Society, initiative and outreach, membership, publication, education, and also we have technical activities. And one of these committees, we have Humanitarian Activity Committee. Here you can see our members in Region 1 to Region 7. We have 130 chapter, 70,000 70 student chapter, 80,000 member. In Region 8, we have 50 chapter, 80 student chapter, and more than 5,000 member. In Region 10, we have 51 chapter, 200 student chapter, and 40,000 member. Here, my brother before of me, when he mentioned that Region 10 have the most, application provide. And by the way, in like example, Region 10 is the most active to provide proposal to, for also for the award engagement. Really, it's very active region. And when I see his slide, the statistics mention that Kerala section have the highest application, correct? Because they have a lot of active Foreign Energy Society members, like my friend Alban. He is very, very active in Foreign Energy Society. Therefore, I think many students and young professionals want to follow his steps. Okay. According to my experience, happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thought, how you think, how you want to serve the people. This is the real happiness. And for me, as a personal, experience, when I joined IEEE, really, I learned a lot. I enjoy a lot. I learned how to be useful to myself and also to my local community. With IEEE, as a member of IEEE, you are the part of something special, something that involved with you. Because whatever you are, you can develop your career, exploring a new opportunity, contributing to professional community and local community, and also IEEE still offering a lot of opportunity for you, mentoring, guidance. Like what I mentioned, when I was a student, to be honest, I really always follow the Prof. Ramakrishna, what he did, how he did the leadership behavior, how he fully potential to provide his time for IEEE. Therefore, in IEEE, it is really the good platform that we can learn a lot how to serve the people and how to serve ourselves. When you enter IEEE, you will navigate in early stage of your career, the challenging, the journey, how you can improve yourself. And IEEE membership, it is your compass, guidance to, resources, mentorship, opportunities, recognition, and much, much more when you be really involved with IEEE. In my, case as a professional development opportunity, really we learn, develop, and practice leadership skills. And really the great leadership start with self-leadership, how you can manage your team, how you can, lead different member from different culture, from even different country, to be together to do one project. And how you can fit with the team to be, contributing in positive way for your achieving your target. This is really important. Management skills, how you manage your time. Like during my PhD study, I was very involved with IEEE, how to manage, my time to doing my PhD, in the same time contribute for IEEE activities, and also how to manage, the tools you have, how to manage the skills of your team that you have. Personal communication skills, it is really good platform to learn how to communicate with the people, how you can convince them, how you reach them. It is really have a lot of opportunity when you be involved with any IEEE event and activity to have personal communication with a lot of people. Therefore, you also can extend your network. Public speaking skills, nothing like IEEE can provide this kind of opportunity. Like now, always you can, provide some speech for student, young professional, even for a professional. And after that, you can maybe providing a lot of, keynote speaker for scientific conferences and, in IEEE conferences. Meeting, event planning skills, and it's very, very useful soft skills that you need to learn to enhance your professional career. You're planning for any activity or an event to make it successful one. What's the benefit of volunteering work? Why we are working in IEEE as a volunteer? We don't take salary. We spend our time. We provide our effort without salary, because IEEE really return a lot of opportunity for us to gain confidence, be more confidence about yourself, make a difference when you be engaging with local community and doing something good, using technology for the benefit of these people. Really, we can see the difference. Maybe you cannot do it by yourself, but with your teamwork and the supporting of IEEE, from mentoring, from funding, you can make the difference in your local community. Meet people from over the world, be part of your community, and this is the most important thing, because always when we are growing, we take from our family, from our society, from local community, from the government. And now you are student, engineering student, or young professional engineering, or professional engineering. You need to do something back for your community, learn new skills. With IEEE, according to my experience, I learned, like example, my area, it is a wireless sensor network. But when I be involving with IEEE, I need to learn about solar cell or energy. Therefore, I be really involved. I learn a lot of new skills to fit, this requirement of a project. Take a challenge. In IEEE, we provide a lot of opportunity for the student and young professional to, test them ability, the leadership behavior of them. Therefore, this kind of, like position, new position, like PS member, ambassador, PS Day ambassador, be part of from community, hack community, sub community in empowering society or IEEE society. It is really good challenge, to test yourself and test your ability. And when you are leaving your comfortable zone, for sure, you will discover more skills that about yourself to do it. Have fun, always, be with IEEE. It is really fun time when you meet a lot of a friend, traveling with them, see them, and be part, from huge family. It is, we call IEEE. It is, for me, it is family, not just organization or society or, scientific organization. Now, why we choose Power Engine Society? Because the networking, self-development, technological hub, recognition, access to knowledge base, and unseen benefit for joining PS like internationalization, test environment, validate your skills, share your knowledge, expansion for of current rule. All this opportunity you can provide if you are part of from PS. Now we are focusing about the humanitarian project. Humanitarian activity is doing any humanitarian welfare, may involve technology or not, clean water, providing, clothes, providing food, planting, a lot of tree. It is humanitarian activity. But as engineering student or, or young professional in engineering, we use the science and math to invent, create, design, develop, or improving technology. And when using this technology in a humanitarian effort, we have humanitarian technology project that involving engineering targeting humanitarian activities. And we have a lot of example, technology for clean water, non-pollution heating and cooking method, off-grid electricity generation, agriculture technology, healthcare technology like wheelchair, IoT care application, monitoring older people, shelter with appropriate technology, a lot of, example for humanitarian technology that we can use. Some people ask me, Hossein, what is the area that I can doing some humanitarian project? To be honest, any area you are specific or you see you are professional with, you can involving humanitarian effort in it, like energy, environment, climate change, sustainability, all this kind. We are focusing in Power Energy Society, especially in ACT, humanitarian activity committee. Food, water, like example, smart agriculture, clean water, healthcare, transportation, education, any area that you can see you are really good in it, you can, create good proposal. This is the idea. I believe all engineering are smart and thinking out of the box. They have the ability, they have creativity, they just need mentoring and funding to start the project. And this is can, achieved by IEEE hack. It is supporting the IEEE board endorsed vision of IEEE volunteering around the world, carrying out and or supporting impactful humanitarian activity at local level. How use this technology for local level? And IEEE hack can provide support sustainable development and humanitarian technology related with IEEE volunteer activity, can supporting financial support, education support, and in the same time, collaboration between IEEE and non-IEEE volunteer through IEEE site, special interesting group in humanitarian technology. The financial support may be reached 10,000 American dollar for 1 year project. It is really good amount to start or establish your project. Here, like IEEE site. Now it is, under Humanitarian Activity Committee, a network of IEEE and non-IEEE volunteers around the global partner with local community to leverage technology for the sustainable development. Because all of us believe, like Hussein live in Iraq, he was in Malaysia, he can understand the local community, the behavior of local community, the real problem in local community. Now he is in Iraq, also the same. But he for sure he not understand in a real way the problem happened in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, or another country. Therefore, we need some young professional engineering in local community to address the problem, then find economical, sustainable, and scientific solution for this kind of a problem. Then we can hear our job coming to sponsoring, mentoring you guys to do this kind of a project. IEEE Power Energy Society Humanitarian Activity Committee 2024. I think our Secretary Roshali will go deep in our activity. Therefore, I will make overview. Our chair is Prof. Fatah Sheikh. He's very active, volunteer from Region 10 involving in Power Energy Society, and now he really focusing about climate change issue and problem. And the Vice Chair, Dr. Alexander, me for technical activity, me the Vice Chair activity, and Ms. Roshali, our Secretary, she will talk about our, the opportunities in Power Energy Society Humanitarian Activity Committee. Dr. Tonmai from Power Energy Society Treasury. And you can see here, we have, majority of our member from Region 10, because they are really active member. Also, we are, like example here, you can see Tiago, IEEE Power Energy Society Day, Dr. Tiago, me, Ajay, three of us from, Power Energy Society Humanitarian Activity Committee. Also now, Mercy joined us in 2024. Therefore, majority of our committee are involving in Power Energy Society and take, big rules like Power Energy Society Day chair globally. And the most important, in our, our activity is Power Energy Society Humanitarian Technology Project Design Competition. And Mr. Roshali will talk, about it. Just I have some overview, because we have diversity from Region 1 to Region 10. Like here, Dr. Osman, he was from Canada, from Region 7. Mohammed Saif from Egypt, sorry, Region 8. I was in Malaysia, Region 10. Prof. Fatah Sheikh, Tiago, Region 9. Sarah also from Region 9. And we have a lot of, project selection from, local round. After that, we have one final round with majority of our Power Energy Society Governor Board. And this is some photo for it. How we can create or develop a proposal can be funded from IEEE or fit for funding or fit for, winning competition. Most important, we are working side by side with United Nations. And in all our projects, we're focusing how to achieve United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the 17 goals of Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations. Like here, we can focus on climate action, clean energy, saving the life over the land, good quality of gender, smart and sustainable communications, smart cities. Majority of this goals we can achieving under IEEE Power Energy Society ARC. What is the key factor behind the planning quality humanitarian technology project or event? Most important sustainability of this project, and have three important elements: financial sustainability, also organizational sustainability, also programmatical sustainability. I will be fast because I think very short, they give me very short time. Also, existing practice of project. Your project that they're solving some critical problem in your local community. It is, how the other people solve this problem or this solution. It is already applied in another country or not? And what is the difference of your method? Do you decrease the cost? Do you invent something new to enhance the efficiency? Something like this. Involving government, NGO, foreigner industry initiative. This is very important issues when you're coming with any project for for competition, apply for funding, going for IEEE hack, or like example, Power Energy Society hack. You should, involve some stakeholder, communicate with the governor institution, involve stakeholder, try to reach, several private company to be your partner. Don't, don't just focusing about IEEE. Like example, you apply for some proposal. When I go through it, yes, good proposal. Yes, maybe this is really important problem to solve, but how I can trust you can solve it? Or maybe, the ability of your team. When I saw like example, governor of your state is involved, or university, and your university is part of from sponsorship, like 2 or 3 local company involving in your sponsorship, NGO like UN involving in your proposal. For sure, this may give you more confidence that you really this problem is necessary to be solved, and your solution is very scientific solution and economic solution, and all the people in your local area, they believe in your solution. Long term, you always, when you apply for any fund, don't think this solution for limited time or your proposal just for, until your installation. Show us how it's working after you finish the implementation of it. Financial analysis. This is very important when you go through the budget. You need to be very clear. Don't put traveling, don't put like example installation. Try to focus about the necessary part of your project and how to implement it. And it's very important if you ask us about part of the budget, not all the budget. Other external factors, social issues, political problem, ethical issues, health hazard, environment issues, how your scientific solution for this local community problem is affect about this factors. Scalable or not, can apply it in another area, can make it in larger scale or not. This is very important, because if your project is scalable, really it is nice to apply as prototype in your place. After that, I can extend for other people, other section and other countries. Mode of your implementation. Try to explain with details how you're planning to implement your project phase by phase. And it is very important if you're doing phase 1 or phase 2 before asking for fund. I will be skipped my responsibility in IEEE. I start as a student member, then young professional, then professional member. I hold several positions. In every position, it is a new challenge and a new knowledge, a new challenge and a new knowledge. Here are a lot of some photo of our activities in Malaysia and in Iraq and several countries. Because the limited of time, I will skip it. I just wanted to focus about one thing. This is how we're using technology for education. The kids in rural area, it is very important project. It's successful in India and in Malaysia and in Sri Lanka. Then I'm planning to apply it in my country, in Iraq also. Here we can use, like what I mentioned, the vertical people to be involving with our project for funding and also for publicity. Here, this is rural area, provide learning center with solar energy to learning 32 kids in rural area without any education. Here in Iraq, Also extend, classroom for the school in rural area, providing food. And this is the project that I talk about. This is, I think also I need, the guidance and the mentoring from our, real mentor, Prof. Ramakrishna. I discussed with United Nations in Iraq to build 5 sustainable and green school building in different area in Iraq with full solar system and internet and computer lab to educate the kids. This project fund more than 4 million American dollar from United States and local government, and IEEE will be part of from sponsorship in the same time leading this project by me. Award and achievement, when you are working hard, when you take responsibility, for sure there is a lot of award, but to be honest, this is some kind of award. To be honest, this is the best award. How we can change the people's life, how we return back something for our community, and how we can use our technical and scientific skills to make the people's life much better. What we learn in the university should be applied out of university in a good way. Thank you very much for your listening. If you have any questions, I am here. Okay, and this this is my contact number if you need, my email address, my contact number here, and this number have WhatsApp. If you need any help or support, in IEEE, I am ready to answer you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. for this enlightening session. We deeply appreciate your time and expertise. To mark this occasion, we would like to offer this memento as a personal token of our gratitude.
Thank you.
Thank you again for everything. Now, I would like to share something exciting for all of the students, branch chapter leaders here today. We've got something special lined up just for you. To tell you more about it, I'm going to hand it over to the chair of the IEEE PES R10 SYP committee, Sidi Yasha Shazi, who will make the announcement. Sidi, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Hani. So hi all. First of all, I thank all of you for joining us for this 2 days. So for every student branch chapter leaders here, we have something special coming to you guys. We are announcing a volunteer call for each one of you here. We will share a link now in the chat box. Those who wish to join our team, that is the IEEE PES R10 SYP, as a volunteer, kindly fill the form. We will be evaluating your entries, and if eligible, you will be selected to be the part of this vibrant team. So the form is here in the chat box. Feel free to fill. Okay, over to you, Haneen. You can continue with the sessions.
Thank you. Next up, we have an exciting and informative session on opportunities and HTPDI proposal guidelines, presented by none other than Ms. Roshali Thacker, Secretary of the IEEE PES Humanitarian Activities Committee. Roshali will walk us through the proposal guidelines and highlight key opportunities available through the IEEE PES. This session is a must for anyone looking to make a significant impact through humanitarian technology projects. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Roshali.
Yeah, thank you. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I will share my screen. Is it okay if I turn off my video, right? Because then I will be...
Yes, sure.
Yeah, Let me know the screen is shared. Yeah. Is it seen?
Yes, it's visible.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, hello everyone, and I'm really thankful for IEEE Region 10 PSYP for inviting me for this virtual training program. Myself, Rushali, I am currently working at Intercell Energy Solutions at Harlem, and I'm also the secretary for IEEE PS Hack Global. So before I begin, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to our Vice Chair, Dr. Hussein Mahdi, for his insightful talk on navigating IEEE PS humanitarian activities. So let me try to build on that in today's session. So it's my pleasure to have introduced this IEEE PS humanitarian activity committee, which is dedicated to addressing this global energy challenge through humanitarian projects. So today I will be taking you through the various opportunities that PES Hack offers and how you can be part of this initiatives, how you can engage with us to make a global impact, to make a real difference in the world. So why engage with PES Hack? So basically, now why should we engage? So beyond the mission of improving energy access, there is a fantastic opportunity for your professional growth. You can enhance your leadership and project management skills, collaborate with diverse teams of engineers and professionals, and increasing your visibility within IEEE and IPS community. So this is your chance to not only contribute to societal change, but also build a rewarding career. So you can say that this platform is a stepping stone to making a tangible global impact while advancing your career. Now, straight away, I will try to give you the various opportunities which PS Hack offers you. So you can participate in the webinars, you can submit the projects or attend the networking events. We also offer funding opportunities through the HTPDI program where selected projects can receive up to USD 2000. So if you want to contribute more directly, you can volunteer as a team leader, as a member, or even become an ambassador at our events. So additionally, these are the amazing chances to collaborate with experts from industry, academia, and local communities. I will go more into detail about the HTPDI, what exactly HTPDI is. Professor Mahdi has already explained what project should be considered for you to get the funding. So I will explain you in detail what are the guidelines to get that funding. And apart from that, we also have PS Hack Congress, which is coming in October. So you can, we will be having a call for ambassadors for that. You can apply through that and you can be a part of PS Hack Committee. HTPDI 2024, this is Humanitarian Technology Project Design and Implementation. So this is one of our key program, which is a member-driven program designed to train the participants in humanitarian technology project design. So that you can, the project submission and deadline and all has been done, but definitely you can participate in 2025. I will encourage you all to do that. So here what we do is by joining, you will receive hands-on training, feedback on your proposals and certificate of participation. And plus, if your project is selected, you can receive funding up to $2,000 to bring your ideas to life. So this is a great way to get practical experience while contributing to meaningful causes. So the project areas, now I would like to highlight that where you can, like, the projects are related generally to power and energy. So what kind of projects you can submit? Any project that addresses the humanitarian challenges related to power and energy is eligible. This includes renewable energy sources, climate change solutions, smart grids, AI and machine learning application in power systems, and much more. Here, we encourage innovative ideas that not only solve the technical challenges, but also positively impact the communities in need. That is very important when you are submitting the project. It is always, it should be like, as Hussein sir said, Hussein Mahdi sir was explaining about the humanitarian aspect. That has to be there in the project proposal. This is the tentative schedule, which is all, the results will be out soon. Now, this is the registration process. how to a team needs to be formed consisting of 3 to 10 members, and the team lead must be a PS member, and he or she needs to identify an IEEE organization unit. Either it can be section, PS chapter, or PS SB chapter. Every team can have a mentor. It's optional, but if there is a mentor, it must be an IEEE PS member with a membership grade or graduate student member. The mentor cannot be a student member or associate member. And it is expected more than 50% of the team members must be IEEE PS members. So these are the guidelines for the registration process. You need to fill up a form, and majority of the team members who are there, they must be the students. The selection process is based on your project proposal and an online presentation. So panel of judges will receive and review the submissions and select the winning projects. The funds will be distributed to the IEEE PS chapter associated with your project. So once the project is implemented successfully, your team will also receive a completion certificate. And it is a great opportunity here to showcase your skills and dedication to the humanitarian causes. I have skipped one slide where how to prepare the proposal. So here we have a project proposal template. So you have a template where you need to address the title, the description of the team, the lead PS chapter or student branch chapter. You need to put the objectives, description of existing similar projects and challenges. And also you need to give the budget. Financial details has to be included, and also the implementation aspects. So these are few points where you need to consider it for writing the proposal. So we have a template for that. I will share you the proposal template and the guidelines. So this is the tentative schedule, and this is the selection process which I was talking about. So I encourage you all to submit the HTPDI part, be a part of this and submit it in the year 2025 when it is rolled out. The next upcoming event is our PS Hack Congress. This will bring together the humanitarian innovators, researchers, professionals, and students from all over the world. So 19th and 20th October, we will be having this event. Through this Congress, you will gain the insights into the latest projects in humanitarian technology and explore new avenues for creating sustainable energy solutions. So I encourage all of you to mark your calendars for this key event, where you can not only gain the knowledge, but also expand your professional network within IEEE PES. These are the different ongoing events throughout 2024, where PS Hack is hosting different events to engage the members and spread the awareness of humanitarian technology opportunities. So we had a blog contest, we have a poster contest, so different themes were there, and the students had participated in these activities. So it is an excellent way to stay connected and informed about the latest trends in the power and energy sectors. Apart from this, we also have collaborative events where PS Hack collaborates with other organizations, industries, and communities to extend their impacts of our initiatives. So I highly encourage you to look for these collaborative opportunities. So these PS Day kickoff session, there was a webinar held on achieving net zero emissions, and also you can be part of this initiative. So I would like to wrap up by encouraging each one of you to take part in the PS Hack initiatives, whether you want to volunteer or submit a project proposal or apply for the HTPDI program and attending the upcoming PS Hack Congress. So there are numerous ways for you to contribute. There are so many ways to get involved. So by engaging with PS Hack, you are not only gaining professional experience, but also helping to solve critical humanitarian challenges in power and energy. So thank you. Let's work together to make a difference, not only for our professional development, but also for communities around the world. Thank you so much. Thank you for patient hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Shali, for your valuable insight. We would like to present you with this memento as a small token of our appreciation for your contribution. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Next.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Next, It's my pleasure to invite Ms. Marzana Armstrong, Secretary of the IEEE PES, to educate us of the value that each of us brings to the organization, reinforcing the idea that leadership is not a position, it's an action. We are sure that you'll leave the session inspired to contribute more meaningfully to our chapters and the wider community. I invite Ms. Armstrong to take over.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the invitation to this event. And also I would like to thank the previous speakers, Hussein and Roshali, for all your work that you do with the humanitarian activities. I really enjoy the presentations. They're very informative, and I hope everyone else on the call or watching these presentations later will benefit from the information that was shown. Now, I think I'm probably the last speaker of the day, and I also understand in the region 10, it is very late in the evening, so I appreciate everyone staying up. And for those of you who are joining later and just reviewing these presentations, I hope this presentation will also be interesting to you. So yeah, my name is Marzana Armstrong. I'm the current secretary of the Power and Energy Society. And am I sharing my screen just to make sure you see it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Let me just, I think I need to do a little bit over here to resume my slideshow. Perfect, yeah. So the title of this presentation is Empowering Leadership, the Role of Volunteers in Shaping IEEE PES Global Vision. This is really speaking a little bit about my IEEE PES journey, some of the things that I participated in or led in my career, and a little bit about the governing board of PES and how we do things. I understand you had quite a few members of the governing board present at this event. I think Jessica was presenting to you yesterday, and then we had Maithili, and perhaps some others. I know Ramakrishna, so he's here. He's also a member of the governing board of PES. Yeah, so I just wanted to obviously thank them all for finding time to participate in this event. It's extremely important. Throughout my career, my IEEE and PES career, I've always been a big supporter of students and young professionals, and these events are just one way of maybe repaying and making sure that my experiences are also communicated and shared with all of you. So let's see if I can switch to the next slide. For some reason it's not doing it. Let's see. Okay, perfect. So a little bit about the IEEE and PES, and one of the reasons I'm really passionate about showing this slide is because I'm also chairing, or I'm also involved heavily with the PES History Committee, and actually they report to me, and I'm currently in the process of assembling the new committee. We already have a few members. And why is it important? It's important because in 2034, IEEE and PES, because that's how IEEE started, will be celebrating 150 years. And even though it's full 10 years to that date, the time will pass very quickly, and preparations are underway to have some maybe a historical publication and other events planned for this important milestone. So the IEEE started as we all know, it started in New York City in 1884 as an American Institute of Electrical Engineers. And some of the founders are shown below. So we all know Nikola Tesla, and then Thomson and Houston in 1892 merged to form Edison General Electric Company. and formed General Electric, which is a company that exists today as well. And in my job working for a utility in Canada, obviously General Electric supplies a lot of our equipment. And then we also have Weston. So Weston Electrical Instrument Company is famous for electrical measuring instruments, which are extremely important in running our power systems. And then originally the logo of the IEEE, which is also similar to today's logo of IEEE, represents the Benjamin Franklin's kite and discovery that lightning carried electricity. Another interesting point is that the first technical committee of IEEE was the High Voltage Transmission Committee. It was formed in 1903, and some of the first actions they had was standardization, which is a big part of IEEE Power and Energy Society today as well. And then that standardization work started in 1891 with the formation of a committee on units and standards, and then followed by a committee on standard wiring. So remembering a little bit of this history, I think it's important because we have gone so far, very, very far in these 150 years. And the coming years are going to be even more challenging and more critical to our power systems with the climate change, with all the disruptions that are really impacting our power systems and power and energy society as well. All right, so let's move to the next slide. All right, so I apologize. I'm trying to see if this is going to change. Just having a little bit of an issue moving through my slides. Okay, there you go. So a little bit about me. As I said, I'm the current secretary of IEEE PS. I started as a graduate student. So many of you maybe on this call or watching this later are graduate students yourselves. And then as a graduate student, I actually became a chapter chair for my local section. And then I went on the path of becoming a section officer. I was a secretary, treasurer, vice chair, and then chair of the IEEE Vancouver section in 2011, which was a critical year or an amazing year. That's the year when IEEE Vancouver section celebrated 100 years. And I had the pleasure to chair the Centennial Committee that organized many events. I presented at a similar event last year on how those events went and what the preparations looked like and how big of an undertaking that was. So I look forward to, in my role as a secretary, to helping just push forward some of the initiatives towards celebrating 150 years of IEEE PS. So around the same time, you know, in kind of a 2010, 2015, and so on, I became an officer of the IEEE Power and Energy Society, first as a region representative for Region 7, which is Canada. And then after that, I became a representative for Regions 1 to 7, which is a position on the governing board of PES. And then in 2013, I had the pleasure of being the chair of the IEEE PS general meeting that came to Vancouver. And really all the experiences I had prior to that really helped me become the chair of the committee and successfully complete that large conference. I believe at the time we had around 3,000 attendees, and that's very similar to what the general meeting is today as well. From 2018 to 2022, I was the vice president for chapters. Again, I was a member of the governing board and the executive committee. And then 2024, 2025 secretary. My day job is with a utility in Canada called BC Hydro, and I'm a manager of transmission stations engineering, which means my team is responsible for all substations, and we have over 300 in the BC Hydro system. I know in comparison maybe with some of the utilities in Region 10, BC Hydro is probably very small, but nevertheless, it is one of the largest utilities in Canada. All right, let's move to the next one. So I wanted to go over several slides on the reasons why I volunteer for IEEE and Power and Energy Society. So first of all, I was inspired by my professors at the University of British Columbia. And here on the right-hand side, I had a great pleasure to award one of the centennial recognitions from IEEE Vancouver section to Professor Herman Dommel from UBC, who is the inventor of EMTP. I'm sure many of you know or have heard of EMTP. And then I also was involved. Actually, one of my professors at the university encouraged me to become a chair of a chapter, because at the time they were looking for volunteers and they could not find anyone to help out with leading the chapter. And he encouraged me to put my hand up, and I did. And that was the first time I actually became a very heavily involved with the IEEE. I feel that involvement as a student and was really critical for me to learn the ropes of IEEE volunteering through organizing different technical and social events. And then, as mentioned earlier, in 2011, I led the team of about 30 volunteers, local volunteers, in organizing 100-year celebration. So far, all of this involvement was locally with my local section, with my local chapter, which is, I believe, the right path for the volunteers to kind of learn what IEEE is all about. And then after that, I had, as I said, a great pleasure to chair the general meeting in Vancouver in 2013. So about conferences. Conference is such a huge opportunity to contribute behind the scenes to organizing, like opening sessions, technical committee meetings, paper sessions, poster sessions, welcome receptions, galas, and other social events. So conferences like IEEE PS General Meeting really embody a lot of different parts of what IEEE PS stands for, with a big emphasis on really technical activities. So with your active involvement with IEEE PS, and that's what happened to me in my role as the chair of the conference, I really got a lot of exposure within my company, and I was able to gain my employer's support towards my volunteer activities. And I also got the exposure to the executive leaders in my company, which is always very, very helpful when you are thinking of building your career. And that support is extremely important because suddenly they know who you are and the good work you're doing with let's say, for example, IEEE PS. And I show a picture of the organizing committee of the conference, and I can tell you that I still work extremely closely with all these people. So we did this event 11 years ago. We are still very close. We keep in touch. We work together, actually. A few of them are on my team. And so I went from maybe being on a more I wouldn't say junior, but definitely more junior than some of them when I was the chair. And then today I'm actually managing a fairly big team, and some of these people are on my team. We establish those friendships and connections that will last forever. And I think this is one of the big benefits of you being a volunteer, and also inviting others to volunteer for IEEE and PES. So another opportunity that I had as an IEEE Power and Energy Society volunteer is in 2017. I led the organization of the first Canadian grid modernization workshop, and this is the first time we had a actual in-person event where all the CEOs, all the technical experts from utilities across Canada were invited, and it was under the umbrella of PES chapters. So all the chapters across Canada helped organize this event. It was held in Vancouver in BC Hydro's facilities, and that was the first time that Canadian utility executives actually had a private meeting and discussed the challenges that were faced by the utilities back then. And so here is just on the in the different pictures, you can see who were the participants, pretty much all the major activities, utilities in Canada. And then on the bottom left picture, this is actually a president of BC Hydro speaking to some of the attendees, and he is still the president of BC Hydro. Like, this was in 2017, now we're 2024, and just establishing those connections and having president know who you are, and showing your presenting skills, showing your abilities to gather teams of volunteers to put up an event like this one are really beneficial to your future careers. Here on the right bottom picture, you see Chris Root. He's currently the Division 7 director, so he's representing IEEE Power and Energy Society at the IEEE Board of Directors. And so back then, he was very kind and actually traveled for this event and presented on his utility at the time. I believe now he's retired, but a lot of important people showed up for this event, and that just shows when you are with IEEE PS chapters that you have so many possibilities to come up with new ideas and create something that didn't exist before. And then after this event, there was numerous other similar events in Canada, outside of Canada. I know Ramakrishna led quite a few of the virtual industry-focused workshops. Unfortunately, the pandemic kind of stopped some of these in-person meetings, and my understanding is that there are some initiatives to maybe resume with these events, because everybody, I think at the end of the 2017 event and the 2018 that happened in Ottawa, conclusion was like, this is needed by the industry, and IEEE PS can be the entity to organize these events and invite everyone to the table. So another reason why I'm volunteering for IEEE Power and Energy Society is the importance of participating in technical committees, subcommittees, and working groups. And really, these technical committees, it's all about working on development of engineering standards, guides, and recommended practices in our field of power and energy. And when you participate in these meetings and standards development, you really work alongside other utilities, manufacturers, and consultants. And I understand that this process of standards development was very North America centric in the past, and there's big changes that are being made to make sure that other big parts of the world can easily access and be a part of this process, that it's not only North American centric. As you know, IEEE standards are really international standards, so as such, it makes a lot of sense to have international participation. Yeah, so this is one of the standards that I helped develop in 2020, IEEE Guide for Evaluating AC Interference on Linear Facilities Co-located Near Transmission Lines. So this was, I'm very proud of this work. I was the one who basically noted to the subcommittee on overhead lines that these standards was needed. It needed to be created from scratch because there wasn't anything in the IEEE standards comparable to it that was addressing these important topics. And then a few years later, we now have a published standard. All right, and then so volunteer opportunities in the IEEE structure are many. Here on the right-hand side, you probably seen this chart somewhere. You know what it means. We have our student branch chapters. We have affinity groups, which is what young professionals are. We have student branches. We have professional chapters. And then we have a big family called under member and geographic activities, which is our sections and regions. And then we also have a family under technical activities board, which is societies and divisions, and PS being one of the technical societies, one of the largest ones out there. So this kind of describes maybe some of the opportunities that are ahead of you that you can explore. I just heard, a few minutes ago that there is a call for a volunteer for the Young Professional Committee. And so this is what's, I think, one of the big changes in the last few years is that the process of recruiting volunteers in all IEEE position became very open and transparent. So every member, every volunteer, every current volunteer will get an invitation to submit their resume, to submit their willingness to volunteer in different positions and build their career, their IEEE PS career alongside their professional career. And those volunteer paths can be through societies. You can also volunteer for sections and then be volunteering for your regions, like, for example, in your case, Region 10. And I know many valuable volunteers that actually do both. They're very active in IEEE PS, but then they're also very active with their IEEE regions. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the different paths to IEEE PS governing board positions. So the governing board is responsible for the administration and management of our society affairs in accordance with the rules and regulations of IEEE and the Constitution, bylaws, and operations manual of the society. Being a PS secretary, the bylaws committee reports to me as well. And PS bylaws do get revised once in a while. It's not a yearly thing, but whenever there is a need to make some changes, those changes do happen. And the bylaws committee is mainly composed of past PS presidents, them being very knowledgeable on the history and the operation of the IEEE PS. There are many, many possible paths to become a member of the governing board of Power and Energy Society, or any other society for that matter. And one of the possible paths is the one you're on, which is to become a PS student and young professionals, a volunteer, so be in a leadership role. either as a student chapters committees or YAP committees. We heard about humanitarian committee as well. And then we also have PS professional chapter leadership, which is how I started, being a chapter chair for my local section. And then, you know, if you are contributing and kind of building your resume that way, I was able to get to the position of a regional chapter representative for Region 7 originally, which was for Canada. And then after that for Regions 1 to 7. Now, regional representatives for chapters for Regions 1 to 7, 8, 9, and 10 are actually governing board members. So this is probably maybe the most straightforward path to become a member of the governing board is through chapters. Another way is to get involved with the IEEE PS long range planning subcommittees. And we have 5, I believe, and they change a little bit on their topic and what they're looking at over time. But if you need more information about the long-range planning subcommittees, they're actually led by the president-elect. So the president-elect for 2 years, they basically chair the PS long-range planning subcommittees and also report to the governing board on the future directions and initiatives that are to be taken by the governing board and the PES in order to lead some of these initiatives to fruition. There's also appointed positions on the governing board, like member at large, and also member at large focus changes from year to year. For example, in the previous couple of years, we had a big focus on student members. So we had a member at large for student activities. And this year, it is for, let's say, women in power. There's also appointed positions like vice presidents. There was recently a call for people to put their names in for the appointed positions, basically all appointed positions at the governing board level, like vice presidents, members at large. They're usually appointed for 1 year with the possibility to extend them up to 5 years. And every year, all the current vice presidents, all of those who would like to try themselves in some of the governing board roles, they basically submit their application, which gets reviewed by the president of PS. And in that case, you would have some interviews, similar like a job interview, where you could demonstrate your skills and your passion for IEEE PS to be in those leadership roles. And then, of course, you have elected position like president-elect, secretary, and treasurer. For the elected positions, you do have to have a minimum of 2 years of the governing board experience. So if you don't have that, then you're basically ineligible to run in these elected positions. Just I wanted to mention this in case you were wondering. So IEEE PS Governing Board is very, very in tune and very involved with what's currently happening in our industry. And I'm not going to talk about all the initiatives that are discussed and driven by the IEEE PS Governing Board and their members and the committees and just really an army of volunteers. And just the one that's maybe interesting that's happening at the time and at this time, and IEEE PS will be investing quite a bit of funding into it, which is the PS 2050 Climate Action Plan, which aims to combat the effects of climate change and also establish global confidence in power and energy society as somebody who makes a difference, who makes a change, as an entity that the government are consulting with, as an entity that our industry relies on for that future direction. So the climate action plan is going to be developed in the coming 10 to 15 months. It is led by our Vice President of New Initiatives. And some of the tasks that we will be working on is research and benchmarking, which means measuring global sentiment around climate change futures, then analyzing and developing global survey results, and then strategically outline a 25-year action plan, and then executing an engaging phase, which is rolling it out and executing our PES 2050 climate action plan. The action plan is, of course, meant to encompass the entire world, so it's not North American specific. And here on the right-hand side, you will see a very interesting nationwide survey, which was performed maybe in the last year and a half. And the questions went out to the public, who they trust to develop climate change solutions. And what came out is that they trust engineers more than any other profession. So this is also one of the drivers for us to get that nod from the public that we are the ones to really come up with the 2050 climate action plan, and it's underway. So this is very, very exciting. All right, and so these are the final few slides. What worked for me in my professional career, in my IEEE PS career, I always say challenges are your opportunities to grow. So actually, the more of the challenge, the better you have an opportunity to show your skills, your knowledge, your experience. As a leader, you will develop your skills through volunteering, either for an IEEE chapter, your section, and your society. Along the way, you will also build your technical skills, because that's really at the bottom of what IEEE PS, but this is our base, technical activities, our standards, and then you will gain new knowledge through that participation in development of standards, in technical committees of IEEE PS. And this will also help you become known in the industry, which is super important, just like developing relationships. And that's exactly what you do as a volunteer. You will meet people from across the world. You will develop those relationships. So I would just like to reemphasize I recommend strongly to invest time in networking and creating those connections. So what's in it for you? You will build your professional network, you will learn new skills, you will stay up to date, develop as a leader, get recognized, create new friendships, and ultimately all of this will help you advance your professional career. And I would just like to end my presentation on us as volunteers, and us also encouraging others to join IEEE PS as volunteers. And these are some powerful words like involve, engage, excite, empower, shine, and celebrate, that really should be there when encouraging all of our volunteers to, first of all, to join us as volunteers, and then to progress and contribute to the maximum of their ability. So this is my presentation. If there are any questions, I can take them. All right, I don't
Thank you, Ms. Marzana, for this enlightening session. Please, anyone, if you have any question, proceed, write it in the chat box, or you can open your mic and ask your question.
I guess no questions, but I would like to thank the comments in the chat. Thank you very much for your kind words. I did not put my email address in my presentation slides, but you can easily find me just by Googling my name. My contact information is on the IEEE PS website under the governing board members. Please reach out, connect with me on LinkedIn as well. And I look forward to whatever comes next, which I think is very exciting for our IEEE Power and Energy Society. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Marzana. In recognition of your valuable input, we present this memento as a gratitude for your time and knowledge. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Bye. We have reached the end of all sessions. It's time to wrap up our fabulous journey of the past 2 days. We are concluding the day with reflections and closing remarks from Shaitali Naik, Vice Chair of PES Region 10 SYP. Let's revisit the key takeaways from the sessions and discuss how we can apply these insights in our chapters. Shaitali, the stage is yours.
Okay, can you guys hear me properly and see me properly?
Yes, we can hear you, but yeah, we can see you as well. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, having some technical difficulties over here. And thank you, Marjana. It's always great to hear from you. Really great stuff out there for all our students over here and young professionals. So I know you all have been listening for the past 2 days with so much information. So I will not take much of your time. I just want to reflect on all the knowledge and information that we have been able to put out there. Siddiq, Kazi, Rishi, they've done a fantastic job to consolidate everything over here. And I just want to say, don't forget all the opportunities that are out there, the funding, how to keep up the chapter, sustainable IEEE information, humanitarian activities, and everything, and all the discussions, mentoring, and especially the benefits that PS has to offer. Take advantage of this. You're already way ahead of your time because as students, you are here taking leadership opportunities. Seeing so many people here is great. And I just want to say, I didn't start as a student. I started as a young professional, and I realized how much I have missed. So it's so great to see you here. Make sure you take the most of it. Put yourself out there in an uncomfortable situation, especially because you see Marjana, Ramakrishnan, Rushali, everyone out there who have done great things because they were able to grab the opportunities. I just want to highlight that. And make sure you use networking opportunities, connect with these folks, ask them to be your mentors, because that's how you would grow. And I do want to thank all those speakers and facilitators for sharing their expertise and passion. It takes a lot spending a weekend out here talking to so many people. So definitely thank you so much for leaders and volunteers for sitting and listening through all of this and asking great questions. This is the future of PES. So let's make sure that all the things we have learned, we take it home, we reflect on it, and we make the most of it. That's all. Thank you. And don't hesitate to reach out to us for any questions.
Thank you, Shaitali. Thank you so much. And to honor this wonderful collaboration and your contribution today, we'd like to present you this memento. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Also, I'm here for questions, so feel free to drop any questions for me. I'm happy to help.
And as we close, I encourage all of you to stay connected and continue the momentum we've created here. Thank you for your participation and commitment. Together, we build a stronger, more informed, and more empowered IEEE PES community. We would love to capture this moment with a group picture. Could everyone please turn on their cameras so we can take a picture together? Let's see those smiles and make this a great memory. I'll give you some few minutes to get ready, and please open your cameras. Don't be shy.
Thank you, guys. It's taken. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope you all had
Thank
a
you.
good
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you very much
So,
and good luck.
bye.
So much. All had a good time learning together. Excited and looking forward to see you again soon in various stages as emerging leaders. Wishing you all good luck. This is me, Haneen, signing off. Thank you all.
Bye, everyone.